Hi everyone, Jim here from Total Health Turnaround. Let me ask you a quick question. Have you noticed that carrying groceries seems harder than it used to be? Maybe climbing the stairs leaves your legs burning, or getting up from the floor isn't quite as easy as it was 10 years ago. Most people assume, well, I'm getting older. But what if part of the problem isn't simply your age? What if your body has been quietly asking for something it isn't getting enough of? Today, I'm going to share 7 warning signs that you may not be getting enough protein after age 50. Some of these surprised me when I first learned about them, and one of them describes me exactly about 10 years ago. The good news? Every one of these signs is something that you can begin working on today. Let's get started. Before we get to the first warning sign, let's clear up one important point. Protein isn't just for bodybuilders, professional athletes, or people trying to develop six-pack abs. Protein provides building blocks that your body uses to maintain and repair muscle, skin, and other tissues. It also plays important roles in immune function, enzymes, hormones, and countless processes that keep your body working. And protein becomes especially important as we get older. As we age, our muscles may not respond to smaller amounts of protein as efficiently as they once did. That means we need to become more intentional about eating enough protein and spreading it across the day. These warning signs do not prove that you have a protein deficiency. Weakness, fatigue, weight loss, and slow healing can have many causes, including medical conditions that deserve professional attention. But these signs can tell you it's time to take a closer look at your diet and perhaps speak with your healthcare provider. Warning sign number 1, you are losing strength. The first warning sign is a gradual loss of strength. Maybe the grocery bags feel heavier. Perhaps you need both hands to lift something you once carried with one. Opening a stubborn jar becomes a major event. Or you notice that you're asking other people to handle jobs you previously did yourself. Some loss of muscle and strength can occur with age, especially when we become less active. But that does not mean we should accept rapid decline as an unavoidable part of getting older. Your body is constantly breaking down and rebuilding muscle tissue. To rebuild it, your body needs adequate protein, and it also needs a reason to keep that muscle. That reason is movement, particularly some form of resistance exercise. You don't necessarily need to join a fancy gym. Resistance bands, light dumbbells, carefully performed body weight exercises, or even carrying appropriate household items can challenge your muscles. Protein supplies the building materials, and exercise sends the message, keep this muscle, I still need it. Neither one works well without the other. Warning sign number 2, everyday movement feels harder. The second warning sign is closely related to strength, but often appears in ordinary movements that we barely notice at first. Do you use your arms to push yourself out of a chair? Do stairs feel steeper than they did a few years ago? Has your walking pace slowed down? Are you avoiding getting down on the floor because you're not sure how easily you'll get back up? Those changes may involve several factors, including joint problems, inactivity, balance issues, medications, or illness. But declining muscle function can also be part of the picture. The muscles in your legs, hips, and core help you stand, walk, climb stairs, and maintain your balance. Protecting those muscles isn't about looking younger in a bathing suit. It's about preserving independence. It means being able to carry your own groceries, work in the yard, travel, play with your grandchildren, and move through your home with confidence. Paying attention to protein isn't vanity. For those of us over 50, it can be part of protecting the life we want to keep living. Warning sign number 3, you are losing weight without trying. For many of us, losing a few pounds sounds like good news. But unexplained weight loss, especially when you aren't trying to lose weight, should never simply be celebrated and ignored. Some of that lost weight may be muscle rather than body fat. Your clothes may begin hanging differently. Your arms or legs may look thinner. You may notice less fullness around your shoulders, chest, or thighs. This can happen when appetite declines, meals become smaller, illness interrupts normal eating, dental problems make certain foods difficult to chew, convenience replaces nutrition. Unintentional weight loss can also be caused by serious medical conditions, so please don't try to diagnose it yourself. Bring it to your healthcare provider's attention. But also take an honest look at what you are eating. A cup of coffee and a piece of toast might technically be breakfast, but it isn't giving your muscles much to work with. Soup and crackers may feel like lunch, but depending on the soup, it may provide very little protein. You do not have to eat enormous meals. You may simply need to make the food you do eat count. Warning sign number 4, recovery takes longer than it should. The fourth warning sign is that you don't bounce back as well as you once did. Perhaps you take a long walk, work in the yard, or complete a workout, and several days later you still feel unusually drained or sore. Maybe a minor illness seems to take more out of you than it used to. Recovery naturally changes as we age, so protein isn't automatically the explanation. Sleep, hydration, stress, exercise intensity, medication, and overall health all matter. But protein plays an important role in repairing tissues after physical activity and helping maintain the muscle needed for future activity. That's one reason it helps to include protein regularly instead of eating almost none all day and then trying to make up for it with one enormous dinner. Many older adults eat their smallest amount of protein at breakfast, a little more at lunch, and nearly all of it at dinner. A more balanced approach gives your body several opportunities during the day to use those amino acids for maintenance and repair. Try adding a meaningful protein source to breakfast and lunch, not just dinner. Warning sign number 5, cuts or wounds are slow to heal. Your body needs protein to create and repair tissue. When your overall nutrition is poor, the healing process can suffer. This does not mean every stubborn cut proves you need more chicken or eggs. Diabetes, circulation problems, infection, certain medications, and other medical conditions can interfere with healing. Any wound that isn't healing normally, especially on the feet or lower legs, deserves medical attention. But adequate protein is one part of giving your body the raw materials it needs to repair itself. This becomes especially important after surgery, injury, or a significant illness when the body's nutritional demands may increase. During those times, don't guess at how much protein you need. Ask your doctor or a registered dietitian for a target suited to your condition, medications, and kidney function. Warning sign number 6, you are getting sick more often or recovering poorly. Protein supports far more than your muscles. Your immune system relies on protein to produce many of the cells, antibodies, and signaling molecules involved in defending your body. Of course, frequent infections can have many causes, and increasing protein is not a substitute for medical evaluation. But when someone eats too little overall, or their diet consists mostly of low protein, heavily processed foods, their immune system may not have all the nutritional support it needs. This is another reason not to think of protein as a bodybuilding supplement. It is basic human nutrition. The goal is not to chase one magical food that supposedly boosts your immune system overnight. The goal is to consistently supply your body with adequate protein, vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, and energy so it can do its job. Warning sign number 7, your meals rarely contain a real protein source. This final warning sign may be the most useful because you don't have to wait for symptoms to appear. Look honestly at yesterday's meals. What did you have for breakfast? What did you have for lunch? And finally, what did you have for dinner? And where was the protein? A bowl of cereal may contain a little protein, but probably not much unless you deliberately add it. Toast and coffee provide very little. A salad can be a wonderful meal, but not if it's only lettuce, tomato, and dressing. Add eggs, chicken, salmon, tuna, cheese, beans, or other meaningful protein sources. Pasta with tomato sauce may provide some protein, but it may not be enough by itself to support your daily goal. A useful strategy is to build each meal around a protein source instead of treating protein as an afterthought. Research and expert groups often suggest that healthy older adults may benefit from roughly 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day. But don't let that math scare you. Take your weight in pounds and divide it by 2.2 to estimate kilograms. I weigh around 160 pounds. Dividing that by 2.2 gives us approximately 73 kilograms. Using that 1 to 1.2 gram range gives me a rough daily target of about 73 to 88 grams of protein. That is an example, not a prescription for everyone. Your personal needs can change with your size, activity, health, calorie intake, and medical conditions. People with kidney disease or other conditions that affect protein metabolism should talk with their healthcare provider before substantially changing their intake. Now, let's turn all of this into something you can actually use. Instead of obsessively counting every gram, begin by asking one question at each meal. And that question is, where's my protein? At breakfast, that might be 3 eggs with Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. 3 large eggs provide approximately 18 grams, so depending on your target, you may want another protein source beside them. At lunch, it might be tuna, leftover chicken, salmon, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, tofu, beans, or lentils. At dinner, a 4-ounce serving of fish, chicken, turkey, or beef will commonly provide somewhere around 25 to 30 grams, although amounts vary. Plant foods count too. Beans, lentils, tofu, and other soy foods can all contribute meaningful protein. You may need larger portions or combinations of foods to reach the same amount provided by some animal proteins. Protein powder can also be a convenient tool when appetite, time, or chewing problems make whole food protein difficult. But a shake isn't mandatory and it isn't magic. Check the ingredients label, watch for large amounts of added sugar, and choose a product that works with your health needs and digestion. For many people, aiming for approximately 25 to 30 grams at a main meal can be a reasonable starting point. Although smaller individuals and people with different health needs may require a different plan. And remember the other half of the equation. Use your muscles. Walk, garden, carry groceries safely, use resistance bands, or perform an age-appropriate strength routine. Please remember to start at your current ability level, not where you were 20 years ago. And please remember, progress beats perfection every single time. Guys, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel before I wrap this thing up. Let's quickly review the 7 warning signs. You're losing strength. Everyday movements are becoming harder. You're losing weight without trying. Your recovery is taking longer. Cuts or wounds are healing slowly. You're getting sick more frequently or struggling to bounce back. Or you look at your daily meals and realize that protein is barely showing up. None of these signs proves that protein is the only problem, and several deserve a conversation with your healthcare provider. You don't need a nutrition degree to begin to make positive changes. Start with your next meal. Find the protein. Choose the amount that fits your needs, and then give your muscles a reason to use it. Small choices, repeated consistently, can help you remain stronger, more capable, and more independent as the years go by. Remember, we're not trying to live forever. We're trying to live better for however long we're here. Progress beats perfection. You don't have to change your entire life today. Just make one better choice than you did yesterday. Thanks for watching Total Health Turnaround, and I'll see you in the next video.